the road win against San Jose, you returned to San Diego to play a Snapdragon at home again in front of your home crowd. Kind of what can you expect out of this matchup against Portland? First matchup against them, kind of late in the season, one of the few rivals you haven't seen in person yet, but just at this point in the season, added to the general level that Portland has, what can you expect out of this game just so high in the season?
Yeah, Portland's a tough opponent. They have a very talented roster. It's very athletic and dynamic. They're good in open spaces, 1v1s. They play with a big build-up shape, so they want to have the ball. They're willing to play a bit against your press. So they'll be a great challenge. They're really well coached. At the end of the day, we also want to continue excelling in some of the things that we've been excelling, which we think we've been pressing really well. Team mentality to defend has been fantastic. We always play with initiative. We have a no give up mentality here. This fighting spirit that allows us to stay in any game. And then we also know if we can just improve a little bit and a bit that connection in our breakthroughs, and maximize the chances that we are like almost creating. We also know that we have another gear in terms of some of those things that we're getting close to hitting.
If I can add in just another portion to it, saw the return of Marcus, long absence being silent due to an injury, but just can you talk about a little bit about the mentality and the work that has happened behind the scenes just to get him prepared to come back, and then secondly, newest signing, Duru. Just what can you guys expect out of him?
Yeah, with all the guys that are out injured, we have a great medical staff, human performance staff that's working day and night in a really intentional way to get these guys not only back in the same conditions they left, but in even better conditions, and they do a great job. Life is like this, though. You can never guarantee when things are going to go well for you, when things are not. All we can do is just focus on the process. That's what we do. Try to make really informed and intentional decisions about what we do. And then Leo joining, he's got fantastic athleticism. He comes with a ton of hunger as a young player to prove a point. He's looking to make the next step in his career, and I think that this is the place that provides those opportunities to young, hungry, talented players that are willing to do that. So it's all about him training, getting onboarded with our principle style play, our culture, and the faster he does that, the faster he'll get an opportunity to make that impact.
And the team has a chance to clinch a playoff spot against Portland. How much is that on the mind while also trying to think about developing this team and getting results?
Yeah, we're always thinking about winning the 3 points that are in front of us, and preparing for that. So every day what we do in this building really matters. Whether that's your recovery, whether that's your recovery from injury, recovery from playing, whether it's your training, it's your film work. What you do every single second matters, because what we're trying to do is increase probabilities of going out there on Saturday nights and winning the 3 points. And if we do that, we'll see what happens.
And we're nearing the end of the season here, but there's still so many young players joining the team and kind of developing in their own careers. How do you balance that individual development while also developing the team style and pushing forward?
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. It's we always talk about improving the we through the me, right? So the individual player, his goals, his aspirations, his strengths, his areas of improvement, all of that is taken into account every single day. And the more we improve the individual, the better the team will be. And the better we improve the team, the better the individuals will be. So they always go hand in hand. And for us, it's really simple that we're navigating two sides of kind of the same mechanism.
And is there any updates on the injury front? I saw Aiden went out early in the first half this game, and Chucky has it still on the.
Yeah, Aiden had a shoulder issue. Right now, the idea is that he'll probably be out a few weeks just to see how that recovers on its own. But we'll have to take it in about a 3-4 week sequence. And then Irving rolled his ankle in Kansas City. It was more out of precaution last game to get him in as good a position as possible moving towards this game. But the idea is, of course, we want Irving on the field because he adds a lot. But we want to make sure that he's on the field at his best for the whole season, and that we don't take unnecessary risks.
And how about Alex? He was questionable as well.
Yeah, Alex is dealing with some knee pain, but it's more about getting through the pain. So he's it's about competing, seeing if he can play at his best with kind of the the pain that he's in, and then competing to make a roster.
Mikey, just a question from Darren Smith, San Diego Sports. What are your thoughts on, we're the club being one win away from equalizing St. Louis City's historic, in their inaugural season they recorded 17 wins, so it would be the second up to in the first season. Just your thoughts on from a record perspective, being there and being just a few points away from equalizing the season.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think records and all of that are good memories to have later on. I don't think they serve you so much in terms of thinking about them. I actually didn't even know. I don't follow a lot of that stuff. My mentality is I wake up every day with a relentless mentality to be the best coach I can be, best husband I can be, best son I can be, best brother I can be. And then I really try to attack that intentionally, and I think that's the culture that we have here. I think that's one of the reasons why I've been embraced so much within the Right to Dream organization, is all of the results, they'll happen. Our job is to prepare with a relentless mentality, to play brave, to show a fighting team spirit, to make sure that we work really, really hard, really intentionally, and that we believe great things are possible, because we do believe great things are possible. And then we go out there and we just let it fly.
Excellent. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
First couple of days joining San Diego, tell us your first impressions of, the club, the city, from the little that you've been here, and also just tell us how you feel, forming part of SanDiego.FC in its first season in MLS.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing to be a part of. Obviously, a new kind of club that's came into the league, and the pathway that they've given me, and kind of the information that the coach has spoke to me about, and how they play and how I'd come into that kind of style of play. It's just such an exciting time for a young player, a young fullback like me that wants to get forward, get assists, get goals, and that's what he's looking for in the team. And yeah, the place is amazing. It's a lot different to England. The sun's going to get a bit of getting used to. It's very, very hot, but no, I can't complain. The environment, the atmosphere around the club is just like electric. It's very easy to kind of walk into that change room because all the boys are really nice, really happy, inviting, and I'm just ready to get some games going, get some wins.
I'm talking about the excitement. What have you heard of just the atmosphere at games, the supporters? Kind of what are you looking forward toward this weekend?
Yeah, I've heard from the players, the staff, even people back at home that the fans are crazy. Always cheering the boys on, and that they fill out the stadium as well. People come to have a good time. So I think that it's important for us as players to kind of give that back to the fans, and when we go and play, put a show on for them.
Yeah, we see a lot of your teammates also a part of the U.S. Youth National Team. How much experience or knowledge do you have with some of those guys? Do you know some of them, or have you played with them before?
Yeah, there's a couple of players that have obviously played with me, and I played with them at the national team. So I think that when I played with them with the national team, we had good chemistry, good kind of understanding in the game. So I'm hoping that we can carry this on into the games in the MLS.
How much does that experience compare with your? There's a lot of young guys, but also some older veterans. How does that? How have you experienced that so far?
Yeah, I think it's been great. There's young people, there's experienced people, and I think that it's kind of a really close-knit group of players. And yeah, just help each other out. The older players will help the younger players out, younger players will help the older players out. So I think it's a really good atmosphere.
And this team's at the top of the standings right now. How do you balance, not worried about just trying to keep that pressure high while also performing on an individual level?
Yeah, I think as the coach says, he's very big on just focusing on the next game, what we can do in the next game, not focus on other people, how they're playing and how many points they're getting. Just focus on the next game, what's in front of us, and how we can win and get points.
Un poco sobre la expectativa de este fin de semana, un equipo de Portland que como sí nos han enfrentado esta temporada en partes de conferencia, pero aparte del ritmo que lleva Portland, ¿qué se puede esperar a esta altura de la temporada? Que pues es casi fin de temporada y apenas están enfrentando. ¿Qué expectativa tienen sobre el punto en la temporada que atrae más, que los equipos están peleando más, la clasificación, etcétera?
No, creo que al principio de temporada lo enfrentamos donde nuestro equipo era joven, donde recién nos estábamos conociendo, fue un partido intenso. Yo creo que a esta altura va a ser un partido mucho más intenso, donde los equipos ya están mucho más trabajados. Creo que nosotros, con la idea de juego que tenemos y la forma de juego que tenemos, creo que va a ser un partido complicado, pero a la misma vez, si hacemos lo que nos pide el cuerpo técnico, yo creo que lo vamos a sacar adelante.
Un periodo donde tocaron una serie de partidos fuera de casa para poder volver. ¿Cómo se siente el grupo, más que nada anímicamente, salir con 2 victorias fuera de casa, ahora regresar acá y más que nada por el momento que están viviendo?
No, la verdad que hemos demostrado que estamos a la altura. Jugar de visitante acá en la MLS es complicado. La verdad que el grupo respondió bastante bien. No se jugó de la manera que queríamos, pero la verdad que lo más importante es ganar. El grupo se ha hecho cada vez más fuerte y creo que de vuelta nos toca acá en casa con nuestra gente, que va a estar alentando, está súper contento, todo el ambiente es lindo, así que tenemos que salir a tratar de ganar como sea para poder seguir con esta racha positiva y dar lo mejor de nosotros.
Tú eres un jugador que ya tiene bastante experiencia aquí en la MLS. ¿Cómo afrontar este torneo que es largo, pero a estas alturas que cada partido aún vale más? ¿Qué le puedes compartir, transmitir al grupo?
No, tranquilidad, porque en estos momentos donde hay que estar más tranquilo, porque el grupo anímicamente está muy bien. Creo que, como te dije, si seguimos haciendo lo que venimos haciendo, vamos a sacar los partidos adelante. Creo que eso sí lo transmitimos con los más grandes. Tenemos que tratar de ganar este último partido porque estamos cerca de objetivos claros que todos lo saben. Tenemos que ir paso a paso, pero también sabiendo que cada partido va a ser más difícil y tratando de partido a partido tratar de ganar, como sea, salir a ganar.
Compartiendo de experiencia propia, pues adquisición de nuevos jugadores, un plantel bastante joven. Primeramente, como compañero, ¿cómo vives eso y cómo integran al resto de los jugadores?
No, la verdad es que es muy lindo compartir con gente que está haciendo sus primeros pasos. Yo trato de ayudarlo, darle, en mi punto de vista, formación, porque creo que siempre hay que ayudar a los más chicos a formarse. La verdad que todos los chicos que le ha tocado jugar lo han hecho muy bien, vienen progresando bastante bien, tienen mucho futuro. Y creo que si no, los más grandes seguimos haciendo, indicándonos en el camino cómo tiene que ser. Cuando ellos te vienen y te piden un consejo, también dárselo. Yo creo que los potencias y ellos levantan su nivel. Y como es gente joven, siempre tienen mucha más energía y eso a nosotros, por ahí la gente con más experiencia, le ayuda bastante. Pero creo que todo se complementa y eso hace que el grupo sea muy fuerte.